I'm Dylan Black. Breathing Underwater opens up tonight at the Leonard Bone studio. Let's find out more right now. He's the writer, the producer, one of the actors in this amazing show from One Shot to Theater, Breathing Underwater. Jon Payne, hello.
Hello.
That's a lot of hats to wear.
It is. It's been a busy time.
I can imagine. Now, can you tell us quickly about One Shot Theater?
It's a literally one-shot company where just decided to put together a play that I had written, and I thought of a couple of actors I knew, and asked them, "Would you like to try this play?" And they decided, "Yeah, let's do this."
Good. Only 3 of you in this play.
Yes, it is. It's
okay.
What's called a three-hander.
Yeah, a three-hander. Okay,
yeah.
Is that like a technical term?
It's something you hear in theater.
Yeah. Okay. So, can you tell us what this play is all about?
It's about 3 brothers who have to build a boat to ferry their deceased father's body to the other side, as per his will instructions. Naturally, they don't know what they're doing. Naturally, they don't always get along because siblings don't always do that.
Yeah.
And they must spend the play trying to figure out what they're doing and learning some uncomfortable truths along the way.
Mm-hmm. Now, because you're the writer, you have a story that goes along with the writing of this story, this play.
Yes, the play started, in my mind, at least a little more than 2 years ago. I received a call from my father telling me that a doctor had told him he had 6 months to live. Unfortunately, that turned out to be just a few weeks. But that started me thinking about fathers and sons first, just in general, but then as it related to a play, because I'd been trying to think of something to write for a while, and I started thinking about having some brothers who are dealing with their father's death, and ideas just started to pour out.
Okay. Now, would you say that this was a bit of therapeutic when you wrote this?
A little bit, yes. I wasn't thinking of it as such, but it definitely helped me to work through my father's passing.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you personally, do you have siblings yourself?
I have step-siblings.
Step-siblings, okay.
Yes, and watching them interact with each other with that sibling dynamic, you know, fighting one minute, fighting for each other the next, that definitely informed my writing of the brothers involved. Mm-hmm. I was originally an only child, so I'd see them going at it and just go, I don't get it.
Why are they fighting about nothing sometimes?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So you do tackle all kinds of different issues in this, including your status, power, perceptions of masculinity. Mm-hmm. Lots of stuff is covered.
Yes, as comes about when one gets older and they're concerned about where they are in the world and how they interact with people, and what they consider themselves to be, whether it be as a man, as a woman, as a person just trying to make it through from one day to the other. Mm-hmm. And issues came up as along with throughout writing it.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about the other 2 actors that are involved?
J.T. Morris and Chris Torty. Mm-hmm. J.T. Morris has done a number of shows around the city. He was most recently in Of Mice and Men at Ottawa Little Theatre last month. Chris Torty has worked with a few different companies. He did John Muggleton's Burn last year at the Gladstone Theatre.
So you have some very well-rounded actors.
Yes, very experienced actors. Yeah. When I was writing it, I immediately thought of them and kind of modeled the characters a little bit on what I felt they could do.
Mm-hmm. Is it difficult to only have 2 other fellow actors in a play like this?
It means a lot of work. You know, if somebody can't make rehearsal, well, then rehearsal is quite limited, mm-hmm. And all 3 have a lot to do. So it's just a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about the independent theater scene here in Ottawa?
It's kind of semi-interconnected, but not as connected as would be helpful. Everybody, when people think of theater in Ottawa, they tend to think of the larger companies, of GCTC, the NAC, Ottawa Little Theatre, mm-hmm. etc. And a lot of the smaller companies get kind of fall through the cracks, and trying to get them to be able to be working with one another and maybe even involved with one another, that can sometimes be difficult, especially mm-hmm. when finding things like venues and rehearsal space mm-hmm. and those sorts of things.
Okay. So how can that be fixed? What do you think a quick fix would be for that?
Communication and awareness. Yeah. Awareness that, yes, there are many other theatre companies working in Ottawa and doing shows all the time. For example, many of them do shows at the Gladstone Theatre down in Little Italy. and a lot of great shows are produced there. And it'd be nice if people were aware that, yes, there are more than about 3 theater companies here.
Okay, about 45 seconds left here, and we want to sell some tickets for you. Where is this taking place? I'm not very familiar with this venue.
It's at the University of Ottawa in their theater building. It's called the Leonard Bowne Studio. It's a studio space downstairs. It's at 135 Seraphine Morin. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
Yeah, that's okay.
It opens tonight at 7:30, and it runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tonight, Friday, and Saturday are 7:30 starts. Sunday is a 2 o'clock matinee.
Breathing Underwater. Best place to get tickets?
Would be either at Eventbrite or at the door.
Amazing. Thank you very much, John. All the best.
All right.
Breathing Underwater. There you go. More Tea Time coming up in moments right here on Rogers TV. I'm Dylan Black.